All right, hello to anyone who's watching this. You're watching a game that was arranged through the Gauntlet, which is a community on the internet that gets together and plays tabletop role-playing games online. As always, check them out. I plug the heck out of them at the start of every session. If you're just jumping in, this is I've lost track because I messed it up in my notes. Let me see. This is Okay, this is session 6, which is technically the 7th session we run because I labeled the first one session 0, but this is technically officially session 6, as labeled here on YouTube, of Beam Saber. And I'm saying that right now because if you're just jumping in the middle of watching all of this, I suggest that you go back and watch all the Beam Saber stuff we've been doing here, because it's all very rad and weird and fun and just these characters are ridiculous. But I will say, if you're just jumping in right now, if you want to take anything out of this opening intro, I will say that you should definitely check out the Gauntlet at gauntlet-rpg.com, where you find all the stuff the Gauntlet does involved with indie tabletop role-playing games, which includes blogs and forums. There's the extensive podcast network. There is the zine that the Gauntlet puts out called Codex, which usually contains supplements to existing games, or more often than not, original games in itself. And there's the Hangouts calendar, to which this game and a lot of others are arranged on a monthly basis. So definitely check it out. There'll be a link down below. As always, as for anyone who is just jumping in, the game we're playing is Beam Saber by Austin Ramsey. You check the link below to the game itself. This is a Forged in the Dark game of giant robots, mechs, and a war that subsumes all the way people live and how people try to live through this war. Everyone kind of knows everyone's characters here. We've got we've got our ace, our infiltrator, our scout, and our soldier. Everyone kind of knows everyone. I'm saying this right now because we're gonna jump back in mid-mission, and I will try to frame where everyone is, or at least remind everyone where everyone is at the moment, because everyone's kind of a tad separated. Or at least maybe we don't know where JD is. We still don't know where they are. Where in the world is JD? Okay, but before we do that, I do want to talk about the safety tools that we are using. Just so everyone knows what we're using to make sure we're playing in a safe and comfortable environment. I remind folks, we have our suite of lines and veils, and also stuff that can be asked first in the character keeper. For those who don't know, lines are things that won't be crossed, just won't show up in the fiction at all. Veils are things that can happen in fiction, but we're not going to concentrate on it. Either it happens off screen or it gets a sentence or two. That's about it. And there's stuff that are ask first, which are basically if we're going to introduce this element to the table, then we should pull the table first and see if it's okay and what kind of form they can enter the narrative. I'll ask y'all players to have a look through those lines and veils. And it's a living document, so if you want to add something, because I know we've been looking at it at the start of every session, but if there's something that comes up later that you think should be added, that can always be added there, and be sure to ping me either through Zoom or through an email. But have a look through those, and if it's all okay with yourselves, then just say okay in the chat. All right, looks like they're good for everyone. The other safety tool we're using is script change, which is a series of commands that has help control the fiction just a bit more with a bit more of control. Again, the relevant commands are in the role for party. I'll just go through them, the ones we have there. First up is rewind. When you call for a rewind, you can back up to a specific point in the scene, and you kind of want to do the scene over again, avoiding whatever issue led to the rewind. And it could be any issue, like it could be a name, it could be like the tone of the scene, or even just the scene itself, and you don't have to explain what your issue is. I might ask some questions on what we're trying to like avoid, but if a rewind's called, we'll respect that. We'll rewind and try something else. But when you call for a fast forward, you do that if you want to fade to black, and advance time is needed to avoid content or elements of play, or just to move forward in time. It's kind of like part of the veils thing, where like something might happen that that may not be covered in veils, and folks can be like, we don't really need to linger on that. This happens. And we'll just say, this happens. We'll fade to black. We'll fast forward and move on. And the last one is pause, which you can call for if you need a break from the intense for many reasons, and it's part of the open door policy that the gauntlet uses. You can call for a pause, but because the scene is getting intense, and we're like, oh, we need to take a breather, or if you need to take like a break for emergency reasons, maybe you need to take care of something, or you need to take a bio break, or you're more tired than you thought, and you pause and could let you like step away, or if you're like seeking clarity or discussion about the game or content, like right now, like I'm about to explain where we're going to jump into in the middle of this mission because it's a lot. A lot is happening, but at any point if folks are like, wait, where is JD? Or wait, who said wait, is that a fifth Crux? Oh god. I've been keeping track. There's at least been 4 Cruxes. You can call for a pause and like ask for some clarity, either for myself or for anyone else. Okay, so just to remind yourselves, last session we took on a mission for the Cenotaph, basically to retrieve the corpse of the X1 frame pilot Abello Fausto. Abello is being auctioned off in this yacht by Alderman Mergers and Acquisitions, which is a corporatocracy company that deals like info and whatnot. And there's a gala affair. There's gonna be an auction. It's gonna be nice and swell. We're like, nah, fuck that. Went for like team intimidate, team spooky, and then there's team infiltrate or team spooky but can't be seen. Basically, I think is how it shook out. We had Crux and Naga, or Vagabond, in as they call sign, sneaking around through the vents, listening into discussions about what's happening in the corpse, where the people are. There was a hamster ball of electronic countermeasures energy at one point. Y'all listening to Abel Pembroke, an Exodus agent, talking to the CEO of Alderman Mergers, who I put in the NPC sheet. Meanwhile, Team Spooky, but very obvious spooky, or outside dealing with this steampunk anglerfish mech. Verb turned their mech into like Death Sight Gundam wing nonsense. While JD's mech was hanging out in the water shooting their mosquito drones at the anglerfish mech. It was a lot. And so here's where we ended up. Verb, you positioned Echo Canyon between to put like, I think if I remember correctly, you positioned yourself like nearer to the yacht and away from the Malefica, which is the anglerfish mech, right? Or did you?
Yeah, I've put the yacht between the two of us.
Yes. Yeah, and the people inside are panicking because there have been gunfire from the Malefica now, trying to shoot at the Echo Canyon, which is the Miracle Engine frame. Lots of words. Verb's mech, the one non-insecty mech. Meanwhile,
it's got a beetle horn.
Oh yeah, it's got a beetle horn. Yeah, okay, technically, yeah, sure. Meanwhile, JD's mech is detached from their hiding place, if I remember correctly. The moth mech is somewhere underwater. It's about to go somewhere, if I remember correctly. I remember
toward the anglerfish mech.
Okay. Still don't know where JD is. Still don't know. That's perfectly fine. Meanwhile, Team Infiltrate. The two of you are hanging around these vents, looking down at the big ball area. Looking at, I think if I remember correctly, all the rich NPCs, the rich assholes we don't care about, are kind of like getting nervous, maybe like, we should get out of here. Meanwhile, there's you all notice this big pillar in the middle of the room that's like, coffin shaped. And it's surrounded by three agents in the weird cybernetic helmet thing. The CEO, the blonde lady, is there. And I think we had a shot of her looking at her data pad and seeing like some reports from Dust Eye and stuff about JD's homeworld, but we'll get to that someday. But yeah, I think if it's okay, I will come. Let's start with Naga. So Naga, you figured out where your friend is. It's not hard to figure out. Honestly, the centerpiece is right there. Right now, it's surrounded by three dudes in like cyberpunky trench coats with a big quadrilateral shaped cyborg heads. They are kind of like looking around, and you've got like this blonde lady CEO just kind of like looking at her data pad, muttering angrily to herself. Oh, I should say there is a clock up in the role for a party called Escape with a Bellow. Basically, fill that and you finish the mission, for sure.
Okay. So it's just the three agents and the CEO.
Yeah, from your vantage point, yeah, that's what you can see.
Pembroke?
Can't see Pembroke.
Okay. So I'm gonna I assume we've got throat mics sort of thing.
Oh yeah, that's part of your load that doesn't need to be checked off. Everyone can just have a throat mic.
Yeah. So I'm gonna sub vocal to Creek. We're gonna need to clear that room. How many do you think you can take?
How many people are in the room currently?
There's a bunch of like rich assholes, but I think they're kind of like filtering out of the room. But there's like three that are like clear. There are three dudes with a big robot head. They're like clear threats.
They're nothing. Little gnats in our way. I can take them all.
Naga nods approvingly. Okay then, let's do this.
This sounds like a group action, with Naga taking the lead.
Yeah. So, do we want to roll first and then we'll narrate, or?
Tell me what you want to do, and then we'll roll. What the two of you are you? I'm assuming the two of you are breaking cover then.
Yeah, I kind of want to kick down from the vent and just start opening fire with my pistol.
Oh yeah. What about Crux?
I think that I want to activate all legs, baby, and start stepping on people with my sharp, pointy legs.
Okay. Okay. All right. Cool. Okay. Actually, this sounds more like because you're using your mech. Okay, we're gonna get into those debates on what the mech is again. It sounds like what Naga's gonna do is gonna be some like a setup action for Crux, but that doesn't mean like Naga stuff isn't gonna add ticks to the clock. There is yacht security as well. So I think what we'll do is we're gonna get Naga roll first. And if it's even a success, Crux is going to get a increased effect. So, all right, Naga, what are you rolling to fire off?
It feels like struggle to me.
Yes. You employ lethal or less than lethal violence by exchange gunfire across rooftops. Yeah. Let's see. Man, it's been a week. What position did I leave you all off? No, you got a success last time, so you're in a risky position because you moved up from desperate, if I remember correctly. Okay, so you're risky. I say standard. They haven't seen you coming. The two of you have managed to like get through them. So risky standard. Do you want to push yourself? Take a collateral die.
I'll take a couple of stress.
Okay. So you got 3 dice.
Okay. So I'm just gonna pick these top 3 yellows here. That's a 6 and a 6.
Ah, jeez. Okay, so that's a critical. 2 6s means increased effect. So there's a risky standard. Oh, you got it a risky great. It's just fab. Sure. Basically, so yeah, what does this look like? Do you stay? You don't stay in the bed, right? You just jump out, right?
I'll give a free count and then kick down and land on my feet, roll, and just start firing my pistol at the enemies I can see in the room.
Yeah, I think the 3. So what this looks like? You're gonna fill a bunch of clocks here. Hold on. You get 3 ticks. So I'm gonna split those 3 ticks between these 3 clocks. If that makes sense. Escape with a bellow. Kill Pembroke.
Let's see.
And
Let me just check if there's a suppressor.
there's a what?
A suppressor for the pistol, like sort of thing.
Ooh. Don't think so. The soldier probably wouldn't have that.
I know in real life that's not how suppressors work, but
Yeah. Oh, I see. Crux has a silencer, but no, not Naga. Because again, you're the soldier.
okay.
But that's fair. But no, it works really well. I think you fire a shot and people scream. I think the 3 move away from the cube and kind of like surround the CEO, the blonde lady who looked like not like scared or concerned, more like just confused. Like, how did you get here? Just this look of annoyance, but like the 3 kind of like surround her and like in a protect her kind of position, for sure. But yeah, this sets up for Crux. Do you want to step on them? Okay, cool. Cool. This is a mech action, so it's which one your mech actions do you go for? Yeah, because that is the distinction. If you're gonna use all legs baby, you're gonna have to use a vehicle action.
Yeah, and I think that is what I'm going to do.
We're getting feedback from you again.
Oh no.
There we go. Oh, I thought you're muted. Oh.
Is that better?
A bit.
Okay. I might sub out my headphones then. Okay, but I'll roll first. Do you have any suggestions? I'm not as familiar with the vehicle actions.
Yeah. This could either be battle or maneuver. Battle is you engage in vehicular close quarters combat, which is this would be kind of it. But this could also be maneuver, which is move your vehicle with skill and agility. I will say, like, even though your mech is like light and whatnot, there's still a difference in scale between a mech, a vehicle versus a person. There's still quite a bit of difference for sure. Let's see. If it's battle, your effect is going to be great because this is fighting. Normally it would be standard, but Naga's action gave you +1 effect. They should move you up to great. If you go with maneuver, your effect is going to be standard because it would have started limited, but +1 effect moves you up to standard. That's a choice. See, this is why we negotiate for what action, because some actions may have better effect, but you don't have dice. You don't have a dot. You don't have a dot in them. And this way you can always get an extra die if you got the resources. Like you can still push yourself, take a collateral, for sure.
Yeah, well, and I'm looking at my special abilities, and I'm wondering if maybe I can. I think that I'll go with battle. I think that'll be fun.
Yeah. You're looking at the devil's footsteps there. Maneuver to confuse your enemy so they mistakenly attack each other. That could happen. Cool. Okay. So, battle. You started with no die, but you want to push yourself.
I definitely do.
Cool. So pushing yourself with a vehicle action uses up one of your quirks. Which one are you going to use up for this?
I think I'm going to use. I think I'm going to use silent stealth. I think that they aren't going to hear me coming.
Oh, that's horrifying. Cool. All right. So you get 1 die. Do you want to accept a collateral die?
Yep.
Okay. The collateral die is you're gonna hear some strange like sounds from outside, and from Verb and JD's perspective, you'll see that the Malefica is shooting these like cubicle like packages. They're starting to unfold into multi-legged things that are jumping onto the yacht. You're going to be put in a desperate position, Crux, because the Malefica is going to be shooting its own drones into the yacht.
How exciting. Okay, that sounds
good. Okay, cool. All right, so you got 2 dice. You are the risky standard. Oh, wait, no, risky great, because you chose battle.
Yeah. All right, I'm rolling 2 turquoise die. All right, that's a 3 and a 6.
Okay, good. All right, cool. 6. That's all you need. Hell yeah. So what does this look like? So 6 means you just success. You just do it. Yeah. What does this look like?
Yeah. So I think that I jump down from the event, and then I kind of activate my mech, and I think we see the huge legs kind of spider out, and I think that there's that really quick approach, and I think that I'm stepping on their heads. It's pretty speedy.
Be glad those are cybernetic heads. Otherwise, we would be fading to black for a lot of these. But no, these are like how it is when you play when very random tangent, but how they make superhero video games, and for some reason you just fight a lot of robots. For some reason you just fight a lot of robots. Wonder why? Yeah, I think you will definitely sweep through them. Those 3 are who cares about you? Gone. F off. And I think there's a moment where the 2 of you are probably you get this hero shot of Naga with a pistol and Crux with their mech spider legs, the mechanically the result this look like yacht security is pretty much done. I'm gonna retcon a bit and probably gonna make a separate clock for the Malefica. Sorry, there's gonna be another clock. because that seems bigger than just yacht security. But yacht security is nearly filled, and escape with a bell, you're 4 more ticks. But okay, 2 things happen before we jump to Team Spooky. So I think you're kind of like surrounding the coffin, and you've swept these 3 cyborg dudes, and the CEO, the small blonde lady, is just kind of like holding the data pad, looking at the 2 of you, just being like, so that's what the church is up to. Looking at you specifically, Crux. And then the other thing is I'm going to use 1 more rival move from Abel Pembroke. You don't see the shot coming, Naga. It just slams against you. You just get like a boom. You get a hit in the chest. That's level 2 harm. Yeah, rivals can just do that. Don't worry, you can't do that all the time. I think I've used up 3 rival moves. This will be the 3rd one. So he only has 1 left. He has as many rival moves as there are players, basically. But yeah, whether you want to resist that or not, we'll come back to that for a moment, Naga. But actually, let's hear that. Do you want
I'm gonna have to take it because I've only got like 2 stress left.
You sure? Don't you have armor? You must have some armor.
Oh,
Looking at the wrong one.
could have armor, yeah.
Yeah. That would bring it down to level 1.
Yeah. On 2. I'll fill 2 for the armor and take that down to 1.
Yeah, so that's level 1 harm, bruised. Thank God your armor tanked that shot. But yeah, I think we just got like a shot of Abel Pembroke with this like, okay, you described it as kind of like, Burke from Aliens, kind of like bureaucrat type. So he's holding this ridiculous gun. It's like a long rifle, the kind that like white Victorian British hunters used to like kind of go hunting in deepest darkest Africa. This kind of ridiculous like hunting rifle, and he just kind of like, and yeah, he just has this like shot like, oh, I can't believe I just did that. But it's kind of like self-satisfied sort of, I can't believe I just did that kind of look. Cool. So we'll come back to Team Infiltrate, back to Team Spooky. Verb, come back to you first. You've kind of like so the thing with putting the yacht between yourself and the Malefica is that like, oh yeah, I forgot the other thing as well, which is these 2 cube packages smash through the windows and start surrounding Crux and Naga. And it's kind of like unfolding into like these 6-legged like crab robots that have kind of like, but instead of a face, they have like guns. They have a gun for a face, and it just kind of starts surrounding Crux and Naga. So Verb, the putting the yacht between the yourself and the Malefica means that the Malefica can do that. can like start supporting whoever's inside the yacht. Which is, is kind of what happens. But the Malefica is still, you can still see it. It's over the water. It's got its guns kind of trained at you. Yes, yeah, exactly. Definitely that kind of vibe. The picture. I forgot about Jumanji. Cool. Verb, what do you do?
So my whole intention with this maneuver was actually mostly a bluff. Because of the rules of engagement, I can't cut this yacht in half as much as I would like to. I'm hoping that by putting the Malefica's attention on me and becoming the biggest threat here, I can create an opening for a little sneaky moth-like mech to come in and swoop in and maybe make a move.
So maybe we can go to JD and this will be an assist.
Yeah, I don't know if there's like a setup move or anything like that.
The thing is, you already did the maneuver. Maybe we'll just consider that maneuver a setup action.
Okay.
Then.
Cool.
Yeah, because you already did it. I don't have to make you roll again.
Yeah.
If that's okay. So that was a pretty sweet maneuvering action.
So yeah, I'm primed for an assist whenever you're ready, JD.
Okay. Let me clarify some things about the positioning here because I may have been working on the wrong plan.
Okay.
Okay, so we have the yacht. Downstream from the yacht is the Malefica, right?
Yes, yeah. So what it looks like, this is Verb, this is the yacht, and this is the Malefica.
Okay. And I'm downstream from the Malefica. So
Yes.
we're all lined up like 4 in a row with one of us on each end.
Yes, Verb
Okay.
will be in one end and you're on the other. So
Okay, cool.
you've got the enemy between the two of you.
Right. And I guess the yacht escapes clock is not really an issue, but the Malefica is. So
Yes, I'm gonna have to make a clock for that. I can't fold in big, horrible steampunk anglerfish mech into yacht security. Come on.
okay. I mean, I already have a mosquito drone attached to the Malefica, drilling a hole in it. And I still have 1 load left to add to that mosquito drone, or that it's carrying, that I haven't declared yet. I would like to declare placed explosives.
Of course. Hell yeah. Of course. Oh gosh. Yeah, like those weird buzz droids from Revenge of the Sith, the best Star Wars movie. Oh wait, shit, I said that on the record. No, people are gonna come after me. Kidding. No, it's not the best. It's the most lads night Star Wars movie. There we go. That's that there. I can clarify
I
that.
actually have not, I've seen little bits of that movie. That's the only Star Wars movie I've never seen.
Oh man, it's great for like when you get a couple of beers and some popcorn. It's just ridiculous. Anyway, all right. Before we get to a Star Wars tangent. Yeah, absolutely. You've got a new drone. Oh boy. Cool. So because of Verb's maneuver action, you're gonna have increased effect. What action are you gonna be rolling for this?
Okay, so this has got to be a mech action.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's not battle. It sounds like destroy, but then when I look at destroy, that doesn't sound like what it actually is.
Yeah, like honestly, battle is for when you're fighting a mech. Destroy is for when you're like destroying a building. That's the distinction.
Right.
So it probably might be battle.
Okay. Bombard. Bombard would be weird because that's not what it sounds like it is, but actually kind of.
Yeah.
It could also be manipulate. There's a bunch.
Yeah, honestly, it might be manipulate actually, because
because it's like small maneuvers. It's like the hole is already there.
Yeah.
It is a destructive maneuver, but it's like it's not.
Yeah, you're putting
it's not
explosives.
like using force. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think manipulate actually kind of makes the most sense here.
Yeah, I would say
All
this is a risky. Let me see which squad is the Malefica. Okay, all right, cool. So because y'all's group is all about punching above your weight, this would have been risky limited, but thanks to Verb setup action, this would be risky standard.
Okay.
So standard
That's
equals
my
like
stress
2
situation.
ticks. Because this is a mech, you push with your quirks.
Oh, right. Forgot
You
about that.
spend 1 quirk.
Oh, I have a quirk for this, don't I? I think I do. Oh, I already used precise targeting.
Look, it's fine.
I don't have a quirk related to this.
You know, be creative. Well, I'm gonna say be creative, but like I'm fine being creative. Maybe your grasping tongue is also an antenna that like sends signals.
Okay, yeah, sure. That works.
Imagine this moth underwater.
I can like move my antenna out from behind anything that would cause interference that I'm hiding behind. There we go. Because it's attached to the tongue.
Okay, cool. Do you also want to take a collateral die? Because you're up to 2 dice. Do you want to take a collateral to get a third?
I kind of feel like we have enough complications.
Okay.
So I think I'll just take the 2 dice.
Well, Verb can like assist. give you an extra die. Yeah, if Verb's okay with that. Yeah, because
Absolutely.
this is different from a setup action. This is like another.
Oh, I thought they were.
They're
okay.
two separate things. Setup action is a roll that whoever follows up on will get better effect. Assist is just like helping you with a roll.
Okay, cool.
So Verb, you have how many beliefs about JD?
2, I think now.
Yeah.
The right person?
Yeah.
How's your stress track looking?
Very good.
Oh, I was looking at the wrong person. I'm looking at JD's beliefs about me. Yes, I have 2, and my stress track is Gucci. I got like 1 box. I'm good. Let's do it.
Oh wow, cool.
Yeah. So because it's it costs 2 stress, you can give JD 2 things. You can either give them an extra die, better position, or better effect. Right now they're at risky standard.
So of course, better effect.
Risky, great. That means 3 ticks on the Malefica clock if this goes well.
And then it's either position or an extra die. Is that right?
Yes. There are 2 dice right now.
Risky's not so bad. You want a 3rd die there, JD?
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Oh yeah, 3 dice.
Okay, one of them is a 6. One of them is buried under another one. Okay, 2 3s and a 6.
Okay, that's great. God, you keep getting these 6s. What is happening? No, it's fine. It's fine. Said roll with your success. Roll with the successes. So, I'm gonna fold in the 6 with the setting off the explosives because that seems right. What does this look like, JD?
I think just like that charged explosive, it just buries it like as soon as the hole, gets far enough in that it's not gonna just like bounce off the shields. And just plants the explosives, flies away, and then like 30 seconds later, you see this flash. And let me see how much of that.
Halfway through.
Halfway through. Okay, yeah. So like, I'm just at this point, I'm just trying to blow enough of a hole in it that it can't go underwater.
Nice. Yeah, I think yeah, for sure. You force it to the beach open and to fully like go up, and you can see it's like, oh gosh, you can see like underneath like the segments are opening up as like these more insectoid kind of legs start kind of like hold on, let me look at their Knights and Veils just so I'm not getting too deep into okay, cool. Yeah, as it starts like this giant horrible dripping steampunk anglerfish mech starts kind of like coming out of the water. It's trying to climb up the sides of like the river. If you look at the Journey City map, I think you are somewhere past the first bridge for sure, and it's trying to like climb up out into the bank anyway, where like you can still sight Verb, but it does mean that like it's out of the water now for sure. It's just like horrible monstrosity. If anyone in the yacht looked out of the window to the right, well, I guess it depends on what they're looking. To the right of the yacht, you will see this horrible clutched together anglerfish wreck. Like its mouth is kind of like going out, and it's like big bulbous like eyes are kind of like spotlights. Meanwhile, its back is opening up into segments, and its guns and other things shooting are going to be shooting out of it. So yeah, that's thanks, JD. We still don't know where you are. We'll find out, I guess. Imagine if we never do.
They were back at the abandoned amusement park the whole time.
No. Okay, maybe. Cool. So, Verb, is there anything you want to do before we jump back to team in a desperate position at the moment? They're no longer ghosty.
I just mostly want to like cackle over my mech's loudspeakers, you know. It's like
Everyone will hear that. Cool. So we cut back to the ballroom, and everyone hears the cackle as the Malefica is forced out of the water. And the blonde lady CEO is just another complication as she's like entering stuff in her data pad. Meanwhile, the Abel's just like, you see, Juliet, you really need to get your hands dirty if you want to gotta get things done. He says as he's waving his big stupid hunter rifle for sure. Meanwhile, we got these two other Malefica drones surrounding Crux and Naga. The Naga, I assume, got shot down, is getting back up. For sure. I'll cut to Naga then. How you doing?
So Naga kind of wants to like just move quickly towards Pembroke, and when he's gloating, grab that rifle and slam him in the face with it.
Yeah. Okay. That seems very straightforward. That's fair. Okay. What are you rolling with this?
So let's see my stats again.
Don't forget you add a point in any of your resolve commands because you leveled up.
Oh,
there.
I actually should have leveled up resolve last time. So let's see where I'm putting that.
Probably not going to sway or consort your way out of this.
No, but I did use like that last turn, so last time. So I'm gonna put this point in. I think she's more been she's swayed more than she's consorted, I think, in general. So I'm going to take that.
Okay.
And then just leave one tick and resolve, I guess.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, what are you rolling for this fist fight with Abel Pembroke?
So for this, it would be I think it's struggle again, actually.
Yeah. No, yeah, that makes sense. Unlike Crux, you're not in a desperate position. You're risky, I'll say. But even though Abel Pembroke is a weedy asshole of a of a bureaucrat with inflated sense of self, he is. You said he was part of the Regional Development Council, which is a Tier 4 squad. I think the fact that he's a weedy bureaucrat will mitigate that, but it's going to be limited. He's got tricks up his sleeve.
I can.
Crux can help. Can assist. Yeah, if Crux is up for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
How are you assisting?
So I think that Crux is actually going to try to like just kind of extend one of her spider legs and try to trip up. Is it Abel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. Assisting always costs stress. You never use every quirk, so I think you only have one belief about Naga.
I think so. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, do you want to give them an extra die, extra position, or extra effect? I guess it's up to Naga what they want to receive.
You're not like extra effect.
Yeah. So you're up to risky standard.
What's a potential collateral die that you would be willing to give?
the pillar, this coffin starts to sing, and suddenly there's just gonna be this overwhelming sense of dread, and you're gonna be put in a desperate position as something starts to wake up inside this coffin.
Okay.
All right, it's gonna be fine. It's gonna be okay. All right.
All right, I'm gonna use these bottom 3 yellows here. So 6, a 1, and a 4.
Rolling them 6s. What can I do to y'all? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Abel Pembroke swings to shoot at you again, but he gets tripped up and so shoots a big hole on the roof. It's big hole as he gets tripped up by Crux, and yeah, Naga, you get your hands on him. Let's see, that's 2 ticks to his clock. Yeah, do you just beat the crap out of him? Okay, cool. Okay, so it's simple enough. You beat the crap out of him.
Was that turned to desperate? Yeah.
No, not yet. That's after.
Okay.
Yeah, the cloud was usually what happens your position afterwards will become desperate. Yeah. So I think maybe you've got him on the floor. Just beating him up, and he's just kind of he's trying to raise his hands, but obviously you're a trained soldier, you're kind of just beating him up. And I think in Crux, I think you'll notice this.
Hands are still looking pretty clean to me, Abel.
Sorry, say that again. My internet went.
Hands are still looking pretty clean to me, Abel.
Yeah, I think he probably has a black eye at this point. He just looks at you as if he's trying to place who you are. It's what fuck? You know me? Wait, who? And as before he says anything, I think Crux, you hear this choir song coming up from behind you from where the coffin is, and you can see there is the opening lid has opened up a tad, and there's this song leaking out for sure. And tell me, Verb, I'm gonna cut to Verb because I'm gonna ask Verb this since you're the most churchy of us all here. Yeah, what kind of song would this be? The kind of song that would fill this whole yacht with dread. What would the hymn be about?
I think it's about the apocalypse, basically. Whatever our religions, there's a specific term for a religious end of days. I don't remember what it is, but that. And yeah.
Proper Book of Revelations.
Right.
Nonsense. Yeah. I think we've been here for an hour, so we'll cut away on that note. Let's come back at 15 past the hour, and see how y'all finish your mission from there. Okay, cool. Be right back. Okay. Let's see. Where do I want to go? Let's go to Verb because you've just been insisting. So you hear this sound, Verb. Everyone hears it. This I think it's a gentle kind of sound at first because the coffin is only opened up a bit. But it's just this. Yeah, this song that you would know very well. That's singing about the end of the world. It's coming from the yacht. For sure. You see the Malefica has been forced out of the river, and it looks like it looks like a big hole is on it because you saw the explosion caused by JD. Verb, what are you thinking? How are you feeling?
I think that song is like attached to whatever tragedy befell the X1 pilots, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So hearing that like definitely confirms like that she's here, but also I think like I can't help but like feel this like shudder down my spine of like that tune. Yeah. So the spooky's been spooked.
Boy, what do you do?
I think like they zoom in on the hands like kind of gripping the scythe, and I try to like shake that thought out of my mind and capitalize on this explosion that the Malefica has just experienced. I want to like use my thrusters to like jump up and do like a big like swinging strike down on it.
Hell yeah.
Hopping back over the yacht, and yeah, like the moon in the background. Probably like, this is the sort of anime where you call out an attack, right? I don't know if that's the case, but I would probably call this like the full moon strike or something like that, if this was that sort of anime.
Yeah, it's a more different kind of Gundam, for sure.
Okay.
It's more G Gundam than any of the. Sorry,
Yeah.
let's not get into the weeds of this. I'm sorry. But yeah, no, actually, you know what? I don't care. You can call it the Full Moon Strike if you want.
That's just what they label it in the action figure packaging after the fact. They don't actually mention it in the show.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just going for like a battle maneuver here, pretty much.
Hell yeah. Cool. I think this is gonna be risky because of the hole in it. It will go from limited to standard. You're at a risky standard. Do you want to push yourself? Take a collateral die? All that fun stuff.
I'll definitely push myself. I'll hold off on the collateral die though.
Okay. So a vehicle action. You're gonna use up one of your quirks to push yourself.
Yeah. Let's use up that gleaming armor. I think we'll see like we mentioned before, like when her engines like light up, that like this like colorful like lights start to emanate between the cracks in her armor and the joints. So that's sort of like using up all the energy to perform this maneuver here.
Hell yeah. Okay.
But
okay, so
what does it take to swap position for effect? Can I make this desperate and go
you
for
just
a
say
greater
it.
effect?
You just say it.
Some
Basically,
XP.
yeah. What does it? How does it? How does it look more desperate? Like, how do you put yourself in a bigger danger? How does it look fictionally?
Well, I think like I'm putting all of my effort with this position into like it's all focused on this big swing. So like my mech's body is like very like exposed, very like elongated, stretched out. I'm like basically a big open target right now. If something was faster than me, if something was, outside of my periphery, it would not be very hard for it to come in and like, do a T-bone me basically, right? So
Yeah.
flying press basically, but also with a giant laser scythe.
Hell yeah. Yeah. That's gonna be 4 dice.
Yeah, I do have 3 dice in battle, so
Yeah. 4 dice. Mark XP in expertise. Once you're done. But yeah. Very good odds, 4 dice. Then again, you did roll 4 trees that one time, which is still like the most amazing bad roll I've ever seen in my life.
So I'll roll 1 more blue, and then I'll re-roll the other 3 under my title. That one's already a 6. Let's see if we can get a critical. Ooh, 2 6s.
Oh my god. Just okay, all right, cool. Yeah, all right, cool. That goes up from great to extreme. Okay. here's what happens. I think the Malefica will like try to like it'll rear up and like try to embrace you as you kind of like go through it. But I think you are gonna cave through it and you just slice through it. And the thing with it being like looking at our beat up, put together kind of mech, it is kind of beat up and put together. It's an amalgam of like different like rusted kind of like styles. I think like the you'll kind of like tear it in half. Or actually no, you roll 2 6s. Tell me what this look like.
I think it's kind of messy. I think like the blade goes through it, but like since it's so crusty, like then like the weight of my mech like kind of like crunches into it too. So it's like you see the like shing of the light and like that's what to start to separate, but then the mech comes through and just like so it's like cracking out of a big metallic dinosaur egg or whatever as I like kind of rip it in half.
Hell yeah. I think because there was a crit, I'm gonna add a tick to the escape with a bellow clock, so you're like halfway there on that clock as well. I think, is it okay if like the pilot doesn't die here because I think actually you'll see it. I'll give you this.
Yeah.
I think you crunch through the mech and like in the debris and the wreckage, like an escape pod like tries to like escape, but like it only just kind of like barely it flops out into the riverbank, and it's kind of like this like big cylinder can fit a person. It's not unlike a coffin, honestly. But yeah, it opens up, and the person who you presume is the pilot will like kind of pop out. They're holding like a gun. They were very tiny compared to you. You're a big, strapping mech, but I think the pilots there kind of like at your mercy because it was extreme effect. If you just rolled a 6, they would have just escaped. But because it's extreme, because you rolled 2 6s, I'll give you the choice. Here's why it might be interesting that you might want to kill them, because when they pop out, they turn around, and I think we teased this last time, but like I said, one of my moves that I create for myself is introduce a Crux into the situation, and this is that one, like this rather tall soldier type glares at you and it's like pointing a pistol, which what the hell is that gonna do to a mech? They're like this tall, rugged kind of like individual, clearly someone who's fought in wars. They've got like a side cut going on. All their hair is just like one end. I put a picture of them in the NPC tab. And yeah, I know all these Cruxes don't have the same. They don't look alike because of these pictures. But just imagine.
Okay.
Just imagine. Yeah.
This is like Crux from the far future of the apocalypse who got like time traveled back here and has
Yes,
like the laser eye.
Yes, this is Furiosa Mad Max Crux.
Okay. Right. Yeah.
We all know who the
So
best looking Crux is.
enough
Yeah,
that
the
I'm not like like Crux, what are you doing? But like, oh, that's okay. Cool. Yeah, so I guess this would be an opportunity to like get a quick interrogation question out of them before they escape, right?
Honestly, they're at your mercy. They're not going to escape unless you want them to escape.
No, I'm just kidding. I think I would ask, who do you work for?
They're pointing the gun at you. Which
Why?
is like, why?
Because they're hard, they're badass. That's why.
Yeah. But I think you asked the question, and they kind of raise their hands and they say, if I had a choice, no one.
That can be arranged. So I'm gonna like take this mech finger and like put it like into the ground right in front of them. But who do you work for now?
I think I think like they look towards the yacht and look at the ruins of their mech, which like I mentioned is not corporatocracy. It was clearly from another place, from like the autocracy squad, the autocracy faction. They shrug and they say, "I'm flexible."
You know, you don't. The mech that you were piloting doesn't look like a. What was it? Takuma? Is that who we're kind of?
Exodus, we'll say.
Yeah, it doesn't look like an Exodus mech.
No, it's from the Empire, the Evangelions. Well, that's who I used to work for. Where I was sold to, but you're not being sold to a place doesn't really engender a fond relationship with them.
In that case, maybe it's time for a little vacation. I'm gonna like take that mech finger and like flick it at them, like not enough to kill them or anything, but just enough to like kind of send them flying like out from the creek bed or whatever. Like
Just gonna move. Okay.
a little bit.
Sure. I mean, yeah. I think, yeah, they're at your mercy. Yeah, it's not gonna kill them. They'll probably show up again. Who knows? It's up to you if you want to tell Crux that you met another Crux. I guess.
Oh yeah, definitely will happen later in a weird scene.
Okay. I think we're just about. I say we're just about ready, as if there's not a creepy song coming from the yacht. Okay. I want to know, where is JD? What's up with JD?
So, actually, let me look at where people are.
If you want to know,
Sorry, I spaced out a bit there.
The Malefic is destroyed. Its pilot has been flicked off into another. We'll see them again, I suppose. The yacht is kind of going to stand so, and you can hear this song, this church song coming from the yacht. That's kind of like where the lay of the land is.
Cool. I'm on the yacht.
Okay. Can we like get a flashback to see how you got into the yacht?
Yes, you absolutely can. So one of my gear options is climbing gear. So what happened is that I climbed up the outside of the yacht rather than like coming in and climbing through the ductwork.
Okay. I'm gonna say this flashback is like, because there's a cost to flashbacks.
Oh, yeah.
The highest cost is usually 2. 2 is for like ridiculous, unexpected coincidences. This sounds like a 1 stress kind of like flashback.
Cool. I've got room for 1.
Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll to see where you are. I think you're going to be right outside of the ballroom, and you can see, as you're hanging off the climbing thing, you can see the situation, which is there's the big coffin. There are the 2 Malefica drones, which I guess are autonomous because they're still surrounding Crux. There's Naga beating someone up. And there's this this lady who's just looking incredibly unperturbed by everything. This CEO lady.
Yeah. Okay. So like the reason it took me so long to climb up the outside of the yacht is that I had to keep stopping, and like I have this remote control for my vehicle and for the this, and that was very distracting. So I've spent a lot of time just like hanging there. But now, like, I kind of put it away, let the mech just sort of, sink and find a spot on the riverbed there, and climb up. Yeah, I see this the CEO lady. Like, she's not actually in the fight, right? But like, what is she doing?
She's just like watching this and still looking at her data pad as if like this is just part of her work day. It's like, like she's got a workflow going on.
That is very strange. And let me see. What do I have? How do I want to deal with that? Because I think I want to know more about her.
She is the person like when we saw in our closing shots, which obviously the characters didn't see, but she was the one who like was getting a report from Dust Eye. She is who. Actually, I'll say right now because she's a CEO, which means that she would be out in the open. Her name is like public knowledge. Her name is Juliet Alderman. She's the CEO of Alderman Mergers and Acquisitions. She's Dust Eye's boss, basically.
Cool. I don't necessarily know that at the moment, but I do have these really cool binoculars. I would like to get in a position where I can read her datapad.
Yeah. Okay. yeah. They're laser painter binoculars. You're gonna use that to read her data. That's fair.
Yep. I mean, they're actually, meant for like sniping and stuff, but hey.
That's fair. That's absolutely fair. Okay, cool. So what action would this be?
I think this is Prowl. This is Prowl, definitely.
It could be
think.
Prowl is if you
Or-
don't want to be seen. Survey is kind of like if you want to see better.
Um,
Well, they're both one die, so
right, yeah, either way works. They're
Yeah.
the same either way. So I guess like, but for narrative purposes, oh, what the hell? I'm kind of in. I have gotten to my destination. It's fine if people see me. So I
Okay.
just want to see what it is.
Okay. Let's see. Yeah, survey. One die. You're gonna be risky. I'd say if not for the binoculars, you would have been limited. You would have been using your eyes, but that goes up to
Yeah.
standard. Risky
Okay.
standard.
Cool.
I think your ranger ability, you got able to locate a target. You're kind of like locating what's next. I'll give you +1 effect for that. So that's risky great.
Cool. Okay.
But you have one die. Do you want to push yourself?
One die. Yes.
Take a collateral?
I'm 3 from the. I have 3 empty stress slots, but we're like pretty close to having stuff done here.
Yeah.
Yeah. What the hell? I'll push myself.
Okay. All right. Cool.
It's 2,
so you
right?
got 2 die. Yeah. Two stress, and you now have an extra die. So roll 2 dice.
Sure.
Keep rolling them 6s. Huh?
For an instant there, damn you roll for your party. It was a 5 and a 6, but it's actually a 5 and a 4.
Okay, all right, cool. Mixed success. It's still a success. So I think, yeah, you will see what we saw in our closing shot. It was like you see like the report from Dust Eye. There's even like a nice picture of him, and you will see that it's a report. And then she flicks through, and there's a report on acquisitions around your home planet, specifically your home planet, JD.
Okay.
And I think because it's great, there's a lot of info you're getting from this data pad. She's acquired a lot of like in almost entire swaths of your home planet. You see like your old college acquired by Alderman. You see the outpost you just moved into acquired by Alderman. You see the factory that Dust Eye was working on that got exploded, acquired by Alderman. And then you see like there is like a proposal. Basically, it's the equivalent of like a corporate takeover, a hostile takeover. It's like but for that, usually you're buying shares in a publicly traded company and being like, I control the shares.
Right.
Instead, she's doing that to like an entire planet, an entire government.
Which I mean is going pretty cheaply at the moment because it's been kind of blown up a lot.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, that's the main thing you see is like she is making moves to buy your planet, basically.
Okay.
And it's all legal. Somewhat.
I am filing that away for a downtime action. Meanwhile, yeah, I'm gonna like should probably help out my friends here. If they
you're gonna get a consequence because you rolled a
good
mixed
point.
success. Let me look at the list of consequences. Okay, it was risky, yes. Okay. Let's see. The yacht escapes is kind of. I don't really care about that anymore. I think you see this. The big pillar, it opens up just a bit more, and the singing is now replaced by this like hold on. It's like it's like the sound of wind chimes, but what if they're like synthesized? So like synthesized kind of
Okay.
like wind chimes. It's like, what if someone tried to make the Inception sound effect pleasant, and in the course of it, that didn't. So it's like a high pitch bong as like, yeah, the coffin kind of like opens up just a bit more, and I think that gets everyone's attention, including like Juliet Alderman. She kind of sees that, and you just hear her say like, "Oh dear, oh dear, 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 dear," as kind of like a hand extends out of the coffin, and it kind of like makes this flicking motion, and this like wave of energy bursts out of it, and suddenly all the windows from are like just blown out as this hand kind of like comes out. And I think the consequence is, well, it's a complication. It's a good enough consequence, I'd say. And I think it's going to blow you out a bit, JD. It's going to put you in a desperate position, I'd say, because you're kind of hanging out in the open as this like energy
Right.
wave.
Yeah. It's just like knocked me into the. Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. I would say like fill up this escape with a battle clock, and with whatever narrative contrivance we have to do to get you out of there will happen. But let's turn to Crux. I'm not seeing him for a while. We'll turn to Crux and then to Naga. Crux, a lot of stuff happened since you helped trip up that guy. The coffin next to you started to open up. You're hearing these horrible wind chimes. These maleficent drones are surrounding you. You're in a desperate position. How you doing? What's up?
Yeah, I think that this is a bit of an overload for Crux. But I think that right now, I think Crux needs to focus on those drones that she's being surrounded by. So I think that I'm going to try to take those out as quickly as possible.
Okay. Cool. All right. What are you rolling?
Oh, let's see. Let's see. I think I want to try to blow up these drones and just remove them from the picture.
Okay. What are you using to blow them up?
I think that I'm going to let's see. Ooh. So I'm seeing a rack of missiles or rockets in the load stuff, and so I think that I want to blow something up.
Oh my God, why did you just have that in your backpack? I mean, I'm not gonna say no to it. It's just, oh my God, that's a. I assume there's size to your mech. You can't just have.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. We're gonna have to talk.
They're part of my mech backpack.
Okay. Sure. Okay. God. All right. What action are you rolling?
Let's see. Do you think destroy is a? Do you think that's valid?
Yeah, overwhelming destruction. I will say, if you go for destroy, you might take out parts of the yacht.
Good.
Okay, cool. All right. Let's see. Let me look at your rules of engagement. Oh, you were fired upon. Abel Pembroke fired upon you. That's fine. Yeah. You're past the point. Holding on to that. Wait, what are the rules of engagement involving the yacht? No firing on anyone unless fired upon. No civilian casualties. If retrieval impossible, destroy the corpse. Okay, cool. It's all good. Okay, cool. All right. You're in a desperate position. Desperate. I'm gonna say because you went for the destroy option, it's gonna be great if this goes well. It also helps that like the Malefica's pilot has been flicked off into another universe, probably. So these are all automated. I will say this is gonna fill up that. Okay, well, if this goes well, it's gonna fill up yacht security and 2 ticks on that escape with a bellow clock. Because I want to give Naga another one more chance to fill up that able Pembroke clock. But yeah, let's see. Destroy. You've got 1 die. Do you want to push yourself?
Just to work.
Yeah. So that's with your quirk since the vehicle action. Which one do you want to spend?
Let's take a gander at those. I'm gonna go with flexible structure. I think that my backpack's probably like morphing into like a little cannon to shoot my rockets from. So that will be fun.
Okay, cool. Sure. Sure. Is anyone helping? JD?
I would like to help, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, wait. Yeah,
actually, let me see. Oh,
I was gonna say, can I help? I don't think I have.
Yes, you can. You have 1 more stress, and
that's right. And I only have 1 bond, whatever belief. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Yes, I will help then.
Okay. So, and I'll tell you what happens when you fill up that stress clock because you've got a choice. But let's do Crux's action first. Okay. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I'll help with. I'll bring in the mosquito drones.
This is the point where like, shit, get the remote.
We're gonna vehicle. Like land on the other drones.
Oh, this is all so messed up and so cool. All right. Use up your last stress box. Crux, you get, let's see, you're already at risky great. So probably an extra die. So you're now at 3 dice because you pushed yourself and you got an assist. Risky great.
All right, so I'll go ahead and roll those 3 turquoise die.
Mm-hmm.
All right. It switched. Okay, but I have a 6, a 5, and a 3.
Of course you do. Of course you get a 6. Why wouldn't you have 6? Okay. I think unleashing these missiles in a close enough environment is gonna like disrupt whatever. Oh, God damn it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Sorry. Wrong cock. There we go. Unleashing them in a close-up environment is gonna disrupt this like chiming. Oh yeah, mark an XP because actually you're a desperate great. So mark an XP in expertise. The front top half will just kind of be blown out as like you send these drones. You blast them to Kingdom Come. You owe JD a mosquito drone as well. Actually, no, I think I'm not going to destroy because it's a 6. No, I think the mosquito drone gets out of there. Verb, you see this as well. The top half of the yacht just boom. It disrupts the music. It disrupts the chime. Suddenly there's like a very open spot for y'all to get out or at least get the coffin. But I'm gonna turn to Naga and then I'm gonna tell JD what's up when you felt the stress and then turn to Verb. We'll see how much more we got going. Naga, Abel Pembroke is surprisingly like just you're beating him up, but he's just kind of like he's wincing in pain. He's obviously like he's at your mercy, but he's kind of like just looking at you with this like, wait, who are you again? Who the hell are you?
You may not remember me, but I remember you. The word, you remember? what the last words you said to me before you took away my home. It's not business. It's not personal. It's just business. Well, this is personal. And I take the gun that I took off him, point at him, and shoot.
Okay. You do realize because you declare him as a rival, you can't actually permanently die from this. I'm going to figure out a way to get him out of this, but he will be taken out. This is what happens when you declare a rival. You can't, but I will figure out a way. Don't worry. I mean, we are closing up in 2 sessions anyway, so if you want to like kill him off here, it'll be great. But like the way the rules work, like rivals, the only way to permanently defeat a rival is to use up your drives.
Okay. I can't remember. Is it when you would have to mark a stress, but you don't have any boxes left that you overfill?
No, I think when you fill up your stress track is when stuff happens. How is your stress doing, Naga?
Yeah, I've only got two left. So
okay. Well, actually, because it also fits the JD. Here's what happens when you fill up the stress. You've got a choice. Either you can be taken out of the scene and you'll pick up a scar. So that means you're going to be out of the scene. Or you can choose to take what's called a dire action. So dire action is a lot. God, it's a lot. It's a lot. Let me find the right up for that. Because it is cool. But it's so much. Because if you fill up your stress track, you can choose to push on recklessly and take a dire action. With this action, they can ignore any harm or damage penalties they currently have. They cannot spend stress to take this action, nor can they make resist rolls since they're stressed at max. If they get a 6 under action, you can take another dire action. If you get another 6, you can take another and another. But you can't spend stress, and you can't be like, I think you can still be assisted, yes. However, if you roll less than a 6, that will be your last action, and you will suffer level 3 harm. So it's a risk you might want to take to push yourself. If you get 2 6s on a dire action, you have to refresh a stress. You lose 1 stress, and you're back to normal. Oh, yeah, it's
I'll just go for collateral here.
Okay. Let's see. What are you rolling? Actually, what's the action you're rolling to shoot him? Like it's just struggle.
Struggle. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be great effect. For sure. You're in a desperate position because of the singing, which you now recognize is your friend's voice. For sure, and I think. Okay, here is the consequence. Or the collateral. I say here as if I already had an idea. See, because like the thing is, like I don't want to like spend any more consequences that will like lengthen this. Because we're nearly at the end. But I think it's gonna be simple. It's gonna be like level 1 harm and or level 2 harm. And I think how that comes up is level 2 harm. I think how that comes up is that like he just kind of like when you say like this is personal. I think he just kind of like smiles and he says, "This is why people like you just don't get to be in history books because everything's so personal, isn't it? This is why you don't get to win. You're just this is." In the grander scale of things, you're not going to matter. This is not going to matter. You shoot me and you're not going to win. And I think this is like some sort of emotional kind of harm, for sure.
I mean, the thing is, I don't feel like Naga would let him monologue.
Yeah, that's true. That's fair. Anyone want to assist? Can anyone assist? How is all your stress? Crux can assist. Stress is good. You just blew up. I think he was about to go into the monologue, and maybe Crux. That's when Crux unleashes. Kaboom! Yacht explodes. Maybe that's a good assist. Yeah. Take 1 stress, then Crux. You get an extra die. Naga. So that's 3 dice.
Okay.
3 dice on a desperate. Desperate great because he's at your mercy.
That's a 3.
Wait, just a 3?
Yeah, 3, 1, 2.
Oh my god! Oh my god. Okay. On a desperate? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I gave you a chance to fill his cock. Sorry. I'm sorry. I think okay, all right. On the desperate. Okay, cool. Mark XP. I think you hear a sighing from like behind you, as the CEO Juliet is kind of like saying, "You must be an idiot if you think Abel Pembroke will actually come down here from his high and mighty spaceship and treat with us lowly mortals." And as soon as she says that, the body of Abel Pembroke explodes and sends you flying. You're gonna take level 3 harm. Yeah, these jackass corporatocracy types, they don't like to fight full force. Yeah, you're gonna be sent flying. That's level 3 harm. Sorry, Naga. I'm sorry. You tried. You can choose to resist that.
You know what? I will.
Yeah.
I will resist that.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be with your prowess. So that's 4 dice.
Okay.
Yeah, cost of resisting is like 6 stress minus whatever your highest.
Okay. Roll these 4.
Yep.
It's 5. 5. 2 5s and a 4.
Okay, so you take 1 stress, and I think let's see, do I want to be nice or do I want to be harsh? Let's see. Because the thing with like resistance, like how much you resist kind of like sets the tone for your campaign. Like I know some Blades campaigns will be like, oh, resistance will only lower it down by 1 level. That makes it a more grittier, kind of like harsher kind of story. While sometimes resist will will negate the consequence entirely, and that's a more that's more a daring do kind of story. I think given that we talked about war is hell, that kind of tone, I'm gonna bump you down to level 2 harm, if that's all right. Level 3 is harsh enough as it is anyway, but level 2 is like obviously not as harsh because level 3 you're gonna need help whenever you want to do something. That's how harsh level 3 is. Don't worry,
Yeah,
the recover stuff for Beam Saber is much nicer than Blades. But yeah,
severe burns then.
Yeah, I think you're gonna land like next to Crux, next to like the coffin, for sure. And again, I think JD can see this most. Juliet Alderman is just completely unperturbed by all this. It's just kind of like, oh, God. And we'll just kind of like input something in her data pad, for sure. Okay, I think all we need is 1 action to fill this escape with a bellow cock. Yeah, yes. Let's see, who's gonna do it? I think like Verb, you're kind of fine in the bank. If you want to swoop in to like assist, maybe I'm gonna turn it to JD because I want to see want to see if are you gonna do a dire action. So I'm gonna give the choice to you, JD.
Yeah, I'm thinking of narratively what a dire action could be. Like, what big difference could I make here?
Yeah, if not, like, yeah, you can just like pass out and take the scar. But yeah.
I mean, all we have to do is one action to escape with the Bella, but I don't know that I am in a position to do that one action.
Yeah, it could be any action. I will say it could be loosen up. It could be even like taking out Juliet Alderman.
Yeah, but like, given what I've just seen, I'm assuming that's not really her.
That is, man, you're not wrong to imagine that. You're not wrong
so
to
like,
suspect that.
if I shoot her, and believe me, I am tempted. I kind of think that the same thing will happen, and she'll blow up, and then like.
I will say the main reason why Abel Pembroke got away like that because he's a rival, so he can't just be done by one action. Juliet Alderman has no such protection unless you declare her a rival, in which case.
No, I don't think she is. Because I don't even know like for who she is at this point.
All you know is that she wants to buy your planet. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is a problem. Is this pissing me off enough? Yeah, what the hell? It is pissing me off enough that I'm going to shoot her.
Okay. All right. Dire action time,
I got to roll a
baby.
6 to do it, but...
Yeah, well, the thing is, even in a mixed success, you're still going to do it. It's just that you're going to take level 3
I'm also going to take harm. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. What are you rolling to shoot her? I'll say the
struggle.
Yeah,
I guess. Yeah,
it'll be struggle.
It seems like struggle.
Mark off a pistol of some sort, or a weapon.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Within, and I have one like I guess person load left, so that will work. I have a pistol.
Oh, a fine machine pistol. Okay. Let's see. You're in a desperate position.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. You're in dire action. So desperate. Great. I'll say great because Juliet Alderman is all on her own. You got this fine machine pistol. Let's see. I think you can still be assisted upon. I think it doesn't say you can't be assisted. You just can't spend stress.
Okay.
Because you don't have any stress to spend.
I don't have any stress to spend. Yes, and I don't know that anyone has any to assist me. So.
Let me see. Sorry, Crux.
I think I do.
Yeah. Either Crux or Verb. Verb. We can say Verb can like swoop in, but Crux, since you're there, actually, I want to see Verb. For sure, if that's okay. So Verb, yacht is blown up.
Let me just ask you, JD, like, how would you like to see assistance from Verb?
I mean,
how could I help you shoot this one?
Honestly, I feel like just the distraction of Verb showing up, like, and swooping in would be appropriate and effective.
I think possibly even more flashily, Verb will like actually jump out of the cockpit of her mech and like come half floating down with like her cape like billowing behind her like Super Mario, and just do like the superhero 3-point landing on the now exposed inner deck of of this yacht. Yeah, Toro.
God, yeah, that's enough to like distract her for sure. You have 2 beliefs about JD, so that's 2 stress to assist them.
Yeah.
God. Okay.
This is exactly what I wanted from you.
yeah, they are taking action. Okay, cool. All right. That's okay. So you can give JD 2 things. Right now, they're desperate. Great. So,
I'll bump up the position.
Okay.
Because I don't think I can push it to extreme, can I?
Hold on. Let me double check. It just says I think. Let me double check that because you might be able to.
I shoot you so hard that you can't buy my planet.
I don't know if that's how that works, but
It'll at least slow them down not having their CEO, right?
yeah. Let's see. Select that many unique benefits from the following. Yeah, I don't think it says you can't take the same one, or at least I think it just says improve effect. It can go extreme, sure.
Let's go extreme, and let's give you a die so you can still get that experience. I don't want to take
Cool,
that from you.
cool.
Okay. So yeah, mark XP for
Like I think
friends.
mechanically it doesn't even make any sense for me for this to not be desperate, because like I'm taking harm either way, even if it's not desperate, right?
If you roll a 6, you're not going to take harm.
Unless yeah, good point. But if I roll a 6 on a desperate action, I still like.
Well, if you roll anything on a desperate action, you get XP. That's the thing.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like for consequences, I don't think like mechanically it could change anything to lower it. So
Well,
all right.
There are other things that can hit you besides
True,
harm.
yes.
Out of mission stuff.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So you got.
Oh wait, nope, that was a submit.
You got 2. Yeah, got 2 dice.
5 and a 2.
Oh,
Oh, a 2 and a 2. Shit.
What? Oh my
roll for your
god!
party changed at the last. Like it
Roll
looked
for
like a 5 and a 2, and then now it's a 2 and a 2.
Wow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I can't. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, holy Christ. Let me see this. Okay. Okay, so okay. On a result of less than 6, they suffer consequences as normal. Okay. Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, y'all were rolling 6s. Them 6s are gone, baby.
And we get to like one step before finishing it, like, oh, everybody's just gonna fuck up right now.
Yeah, I think you don't expect this coming. She pulls out a pistol and shoots you before you can shoot her, as if like she knew you were there this whole time.
Resist! I
you
watch
can't.
die in front
You
of
can't because it's a dark action. Don't worry, this won't. I'm not gonna kill you off. What's gonna happen is you're gonna fall in the river and someone's gonna need to save you. Again, you just need one action to fill that card and finish this. I think, yeah, she just like pulls you out and just sees you, and she just like this look of like disgust when she sees you. It's like she knows who you are, and just kind of like shoots. Actually, because you're gonna take a direction, she just to show off. She doesn't even shoot you. She shoots at your climbing gear. And that's why you fall into the river. That's how that's how I'm gonna take you out of the scene, basically.
Okay.
Can I resist for somebody else?
Oh, sorry, say it again.
Can I resist for somebody else?
Oh, yes, yeah. You can protect. This is one of the teamwork things. Because either way, JD's gonna be taken out of the scene because that actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm out of the scene anyway, but
so I have a move that says when I protect someone, I take +1 dice to my resistance roll.
Yes. Basically, protection, for just to explain for folks, protection is a teamwork move where you can jump in to take a consequence for a friend, basically. And this is what Naga's doing after getting blown up. I assume she's going to take this shot. This is, I think, to get there before JD gets shot. Because like the way Juliet Outman just like is far quicker than you'd expect taking out this pistol. That's going to be prowess. You're very good at that.
Yeah. Went to the wrong one. So that's 4, and I'm adding another one for my bodyguard move.
Yes. What's your belief about JD?
So where's it? We both lost folks, so at least we have that in common.
Oh gosh. Cool. Roll 5. 5 dice is pretty good. And this is a resistance.
This is basically Naga showing that she actually does care.
Hell yeah.
Come on. Ooh. I got the highest one I got was a 5, so that fills me up.
God, okay. And I think that would have been level if we were doing this. If there was doing this construct, that would be level 2 harm. That bumped down to level 1. Don't worry, you lose level 1 harm at the end of a mission. Once we finally get to the end of the mission, yeah. So you filled up. Because you took a dire action, JD. You're done for this scene, and you're gonna take a level 3 harm when we next see you. But you're gonna lose all your stress when we next see you, so
Okay.
it's fine. But you're still gonna take a scar as well.
Okay, yeah.
Okay, so and Naga, yeah, Naga likes her squad. Yeah, that's great. Okay,
So is the consequence that I'm not going to drown and force someone else to use their action to save me?
yes,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah. So you're I say you're fine, but you're not. But
Right, but I'm not currently in danger of drowning. So
yes,
that's good.
I think what's just gonna happen is just like the thing with like taking stress, like you kind of like just pass out from like just the sheer exhaustion, or something happens to take you out,
Or
so
being shot in my case.
being shot. Yes. I'm gonna turn to Verb. Verb then Crux to see who can bring this home. Verb, you've landed onto the deck of this yacht. You probably didn't expect to be doing more, but unfortunately the dice said otherwise. And I think Julian Aldrich, like this looks proper annoyed now. I think you finally got her attention. And I think like she'll point not the pistol, not at anyone, but at the coffin. And she'll just say, "This is all quite ostentatious. We could have saved so much trouble if you just come in here and bought the thing yourself. Now, there's losses on both sides. The only conclusion I can foresee is which side will take the most losses." And I think like she clicks her pistol, and you can see like there's like some sort of, it kind of like switches kind of like gears. So it's like, you know how like in those, in those newer Star Trek films, you got when those phasers are set to stun, they kind of flip around. It's kind of like that, but now there's like this like red warning sign, as if like say,
Set
this
to
is
kill.
yeah, yeah. No, it's like set to like it went from kill to explode, that sort of thing. Yeah.
I set my phaser from kill to explode.
Well, explode whatever it shoots at.
Oh man.
Verb,
Okay.
I'm turning to you. Oh my gosh.
Well, I made the bright decision of jumping out of my cockpit where all of my dice are waiting for me. So I guess I'll have to try to talk my way out of this instead. Well, I'm not so good at that either.
Well, you do have that red comment ability. When you try to impress or dismay someone using your reputation, you take +1 die. When you reveal yourself with a dramatic action, actually no, I think that doesn't fit anymore because the move failed. So that last bit, she's not stunned anymore. Clearly, since she's shot at JD. But yeah, you get an extra die if you use your reputation, if you bring it to bear.
Yeah. So.
I'll be honest, I did not expect this mission to go this way.
Yeah.
This is so much. I thought we'd wrap this up quickish, but there's so much drama now.
Yeah. So I'll turn to the alderman here. I'm sorry, but it's just seems to be the luck that follows our squad. Things just we tend to leave a ruin in our wake. But
that seems to be what your squad is good at. Leave ruin. It's not great for business, but I suppose it's good enough for a religion. Oh yeah, remote vehicle control is a general. Yeah, everyone can do that. If you want like behind your back to be controlling the mech, I'd be okay with that. Just a suggestion.
Well, I filled up all my load already.
Yeah. Well,
Your
oh,
vehicle load. Did you fill up your pilot load?
Pilot load is the remote vehicle control.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay, now we can. Now we're getting somewhere. Tell me, are you familiar with the Miracle Engine Frame X series? Do you even know what they did to that pilot in there?
I think like her eyes kind of like flicker towards like the coffin and says, "They did all manner of interesting things to this pilot. Fascinating things, to be honest." I think like her interest is almost peaked. I think her face is kind of like this, like almost like it. Throughout this whole mission, she just had this like this placid kind of like face. The only time she showed emotions when she shot at JD.
Yeah. We've been through very interesting things, to say the least, but we were rewarded for our sacrifice. Unparalleled connection to our mechs, like a second skin, like a twin sibling, almost a psychic connection.
I've seen what's been done to this pilot. Sorry, I'm gonna look up your full name. Click the wrong tab. Reverberation Nobel. If I wasn't so impressed, I would call it heinous. But I suppose this is war, isn't it?
Indeed. And I'll click a button on this remote. And I would like, just like, my attempt is just to have the fist of Echo Canyon like come from like out of the sky basically, and just like remote vehicle control punch.
Hell yeah. Okay. Let's hope this works. Let's hope this works for once. Okay, so it's gonna be battle, I assume.
Yeah, sure. I was like, it's either battle or destroy, but probably battle.
Yeah, battle. Actually, yeah, it could be. Yeah, actually, I think it is destroy. It's not really. Well, it's vehicular close quarters combat. I would say it's battle, even though she is just like again one woman. But you know, again, I'm not pressured. If you want to kill her off, we'll see. We'll see what this die result is.
Ooh.
Did I put a position in effect? Did you already roll?
No, not yet. I was just thinking. One thing I would like to do is to like spend stress on the vehicle. So instead of the fist, I'd like it to be that beetle horn, just so like the face and the horn like comes down like a giant headbutt.
Okay.
Even more.
Okay, cool. So that's 4 dice. Yeah, 4 dice. I think this is I think you out of everyone is not in a desperate position. Well, Crux isn't because she blew up all those drones. JD is out for the count. We'll see how Naga is if we need to do any more rolls. 4 dice. You're in a I'd say risky. That coffin is still doing weird stuff, even though like it got disrupted. 4 dice, risky. Great. You're using a mech. She's a person, even though she looks horribly confident. But yeah.
If I push this down to standard, would it still be enough to fill up that clock? And
Yes, it's only one
Okay.
tick.
okay, so I'm going to do that just because I want to make sure I don't damage the cockpit or the coffin with.
Okay. Well, the thing
It's
with great effect is how I'm interpreting is that you have more control.
Oh, I
over-
mean, put myself in a safer position
Oh, okay.
for
So
the standard,
okay.
or yeah,
Controlled
instead of-
standard.
great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
4 dice.
Um,
You don't need any more help, do you?
yes.
I think Crux is out of.
I
You still can, but
if you'd like to, I'm feeling pretty good about it.
okay. 4
All
dice.
right,
Pretty
but
good.
we'll see how these roll.
I mean, yeah. Again, you're the one who rolled those 4 3s.
I had another moment where it looked like I had 2 6s, but much like for Bethany, roll for your
What?
body refreshed, and only a 3 is the highest.
You're 3. What? Only your
Is that okay? Is that okay and controlled?
Yeah, it's okay and controlled, but come on. What? The role party doesn't want you to leave this yacht with this fucking
No.
corpse. I mean, it's great for the drama, but like, okay,
Yeah,
it's okay. Okay, I see. Okay,
it's hard to resist the end of times.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So I think here's well, on a controlled, there is a hesitation because here's what happens. You click at your remote to use up your mech, but it's not your mech who answers. It's whatever inside that coffin answers.
Okay.
I think so you feel that's going to happen. So on a actually no, it's a 1 to 3, so it just falters. Sorry, you get a choice. I think what happens is Oh, okay. No, the pilot does falter. You feel yourself connect to what's inside, and it's like far more volatile than you expect. It's like it's whoever is inside, they're not really alive, but they're not really dead. For sure. And that's kind of like, it almost kind of like overwhelms you. So on a 1 to 3 on a control, the pilot falters. They can press on by seizing a risky opportunity or withdraw and try a different approach and action. So you can stay in control if you want to try something else, or you can keep going and you're gonna have to roll again, but it's gonna be risky now.
I'm going to press on
Oh,
and
Jesus.
see exactly what this connection does. Like,
Okay, all right. You already used up that quirk, so you're down to 3 dice. Does Crux
Yep.
want to help now? All right, Crux, how are you helping?
So
you gotta harmonize is what you gotta do.
yeah, that's what I was thinking about. I was
No way. Sick.
yeah, I was like, can I get some connection going here? See if I can get something happening. Yeah.
Yeah. What does that look like? How do you like harmonize with Verb at this moment? Because something about when Verb described like how the remote control works, you just having a mech as like a second sibling. How do you connect to that? Like, what does that look like?
I mean, I think that there's this kind of like moment where Crux kind of goes like completely like limp, and then just kind of like makes dead eye contact with Verb, and then turns to the coffin, and I think that like there's almost this kind of like glow kind of leaking out of Crux in that moment. Yeah.
Cool. Take 1 stress. I guess you're gonna give an extra die to Verb. 4 dice, risky standard. Come on. Stress is so much stress.
Got a 4.
Okay, cool. All right, that's it. I'm taking it. You fill that clock. Okay, I think I think the consequence is going to be that Yod Alderman is not going to die from this, for sure. But what happens is like the coffin explodes open, and floating kind of like just around your yacht, around your yacht, on the yacht is I think, you know how your drive verb is like to become fully machine? A Bellofaso is not like fully machine, but they're like 80% of the way there. Actually, Trev, is that okay with you? Because I know this is your friend, but it's, and I think like, yeah, they are their own mech. Funny enough, there is a prototype playbook that's available from the creators Patreon where you get to play as, it's called the Transformed, where you are your own mech, where you get to turn into your own vehicle. This is kind of like them, and they have and I think like their eyes are like open, but you can tell like their eyes aren't organic eyes; they're mechanical. And Juliet Alderman kind of like open, before they open their mouth, they do battle. Abel Foster raises their hand as you were suggesting, Verb, and they do that same flick, but it's like a telekinetic wave as Juliet Alderman kind of like, it smashes against Juliet and kind of like sends her flying out of the room. And I think it just gets like, it's like this proper like powerful kind of like vibe coming from Abello as they do this. As Verb, you kind of like command them to do this, and then I think the connection kind of like will stop and like the power like will fade, and finally that electronic chiming Inception sound that I think has been going full force since you took control, Verb. I think it stops, and I think like whatever power that animated Abello suddenly goes away, and they kind of like collapse to the ground. And I think that's mission complete. Oh,
there's a moment like as all that is going on where Naga looks up from where she's lying injured and is like, Abello? And passes out.
Okay, so let's take a 5-minute break because that was a lot. Let's say mission complete. Jesus Christ, that was so much. Let's take 5. Let's come back at the half-hour mark. God. PRP. Okay, mission complete. You got Abello back. Let me explain how scars work, because two of you are going to pick up scars. When a player selects a scar for their pilot, they're forever changed by the war. Scar conditions are not easily removed and affect the pilot's personality. If a pilot suffers the repercussions of their scars during a session, they can mark XP at the end of the session. This can occur through narrative play, such as missing opportunities or needlessly creating trouble, and also through consequences and action rolls. So JD and Naga, you're going to clear all your stress, wipe that all away, and you're going to take a scar, and you've got choices there. JD, you're also going to take level 3 harm because you chose to push the entire action. So I think, yeah. Yeah, okay, you took that harm. Cool. So yeah, you got choices there of scars, but you can create one. And basically, if you lean onto that during play next time, you get XP for that. Once you take your 4th scar, your character is forever changed by the war, and they have to retire. So basically, that's kind of like your the limit point for your character. So have a moment to think about what scars your characters might have picked up from that whole experience. Also, JD, am I right in that? Yeah, are you declaring Juliet Alderman to be your rival?
Yeah, I think she's a rival. Now that I know who she is,
yes,
and what she's up to, she's become a rival.
All right, I'll put that in your sheet. So what that means is you are gonna go down in stature with Alderman immediately. Okay, cool. All right. then while you're thinking about those, let's resolve mission complete. So first thing we do is resolve the squad's reward. If the mission was successful, you're going to take a supply roll from the employer faction. Roll dice equal to the target's tier plus employer faction status. Let's see, Alderman was a tier 3, and your status with the church is a +1. So you roll 4 dice. Y'all did really well. You're in good graces and you're punching above your weight. Suffer the consequences of that, but there you go. All right, you rolled 2 6s, so you get 9 supply points. So you did really well. I rolled a crit. So you have 9 supply points. It means downtime is going to be a motherfucker. There's just so much stuff to do. Okay. Then take your supply roll bonus, which for Theocracy is +2 personnel. Just going to add that there. So I'm going to add your notes that you have 9 supply points in just roaming about. That's going to be your recon sheet. Yeah, I doubt we're gonna get to downtime today, to be honest. So let me just go through the upkeep so everyone knows where we're gonna be when we come back in next week. Squad earns 2 rep. So 1, 2. If the target of the mission was higher tier than the squad, take +1 rep per tier higher. You're a tier 3, so you take another extra 2. Rep is kind of like what you need to like upgrade in tier. That's what rep is for. Okay. We're not gonna assign supply points now because that's too much. We'll just say we have 9 supply points, and whenever you need to use them as material or personnel, we'll just say we'll use them up. Each pilot checks to see if they did something that furthers their drive. And it could be big or small. Like you could know something, or you could just find something, or you could just do something. Like I'll even add like Crux doing that mind meld thing with Verb, being like, "Oh, this is something I didn't know I could do," something like that. I think everyone did something to like further their drive for sure. Verb melded with the X1 mech. JD found out who's buying up their planet. Naga tried to beat up Abel Pembroke. It worked out, and then it didn't. Crux didn't mind no things. So I think everyone can take 1 tick to their drive clocks. Will we complete a clock by the end of this series? Who knows? We'll talk about that. There's some stuff I want to talk about at the end of the session, but we'll leave it for there. Each pilot can take a free upkeep downtime activity. So reminder, upkeep is when you refresh your quirks. You need to spend 1 supply point to do that. And you will roll dice for as many supply points as you spend on the upkeep. Let me see, who needs to do that? I think JD, Crux, and definitely I think everyone but Naga. Because Naga was like pure no mechs this session. So yeah, I think I'll go to each one. I'll start with Verb. Verb, how many do you want to do upkeep, and how many supply points do you want to spend? Each supply point is like the number of die you roll, and you refresh quirks based on the highest die that you roll.
Yeah, so I'm cool with rolling just 1 supply then.
Okay. All right. So let me look up upkeep. Okay. Spend at least 1 material. Roll that many dice. Yeah. Roll 1d6.
Orange one coming at you. A 3. That's perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. What does that look like? Oh, I guess we already saw that. You're fucking wrap yourself around the cape or whatever the hell that was.
I think yeah, this time it's more like we're taking a bath together.
The mech?
Yeah, like a giant bubble bath with the mech,
Okay.
washing off all the black paint, just like washing off the memories of this weird mission. Yeah.
Christ. Okay, sure. Okay. Whatever.
Like 1 million rose petals in here for whatever reason. I don't know how we acquired those, but
okay. I mean, it's just material. Crux, how many supply points are you spending to, or are you doing upkeep? I think you have 2 quirks you used up.
Yeah. I think I will be doing upkeep. And I'll just use one supply point, I think.
Okay. And you're not lacking in supply points, but yeah, roll me a d6.
That was a 1.
Okay.
That's tough. Okay.
Oh yeah, I guess refresh 1 quirk. You can do upkeep again. It's just that it's just going to cost one of your downtime activities.
All right.
Or you can spend material to. Well, we'll talk about that in downtime. But yeah, refresh one of your quirks. What does that look like?
Let's see. Let me get to my sheet. Yeah, so I think I'm going to refresh my flexible structure. I think that I'm going to I think that my mech is kind of kept in this like this kind of like web of like because I have like this sticky projectile stuff. So I think that I've like made a little like hobbit hole for my mech in that, and so I think I'm just kind of wrapping my mech in this this like web-like material. And that's going to kind of like it's going to kind of seep into the mech and start regenerating things from the outside in.
Y'all are weird. Yo, it's so weird. Cool. JD, you doing upkeep as well?
Yeah, I only used 2 quirks, so I'm gonna just spend 1.
Cool.
And that's 4, so that's more than enough.
Hell yeah. What does that look like once you finally fish your moth mech out of the river?
I think a lot of it is just fishing the mech out of the river, like cleaning the mud out of the joints of the tongue, and like retrieving the mosquito drones that got like knocked into the water and sunk after that explosion.
Oh yeah.
So it's mostly like retrieving and cleaning the gunk out of everything so it doesn't, stick.
Yeah. Good. The next step is every pilot removes any level 1 harm they have. I think if anyone has any level 1 harm, clear that. But I think most of y'all skip to level 2 or 3. Yeah. No, don't worry. Don't worry. We'll get treatment for that harm. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Okay. So if the mission supports the patron faction's goal, add a tick to that goal clock. Let me see. What's your faction? Manufacture heroes. Well, this is a big blood. I mean, I don't see how you couldn't. Big horrible death site mech blowing up a yacht from the inside. Mosquito drones beating up Abel Pembroke. Okay, there's a lot going on. Tanking a explosion from a Abel Pembroke decoy. They're gonna remember this. Oh my gosh. Okay, cool. So that's kind of like the mission complete. Next, I need to adjust trust and status because that'll deal with your entanglement. If a squad benefited from this mission, considering a +1. Yeah, the Cenotaph are like buds with y'all now. They're no longer -1 with you. They're like, yeah, cool. You probably should have helped out, but anyway, we'll say they were busy doing something else. I honestly just forgot about them. I forgot this was meant to be a joint mission because this kind of went spiraled. If a squad was harmed by the mission, can we do -1? Oh yeah, absolutely. You're gonna get a -1, obviously from Alderman. You're now at a -2 with them because your status already went down once Juliet Alderman was declared a rival, because that happens automatically. You declare someone a rival, you get a -1 immediately with their squad. So that's why you're also -2 with Takuma Transport, because Titania Cradle got declared a rival. Yes. I want to get a -1 as well with the Regional Development Council. Those decoy bodies are not cheap. As cheap, even though Abel Pembroke kind of wielded that one rather cheaply. Uh, okay, cool. Let's see. Ooh, descriptors. I will do that next week because I just realized I should ask you what your opinion, a descriptor of each squad from y'all. But we'll do that next time. Adjust the trust of the faction targeted by the mission. Let's see. Means one of their squads to casualties. Yeah, -1. -1. You are gonna take -4 trust with Exodus. You kind of you dealt them a bit. You ruined their auction, so which is fine. They suck. Adjust the trust of the faction. Employ the squad for the mission. Let's see. The rules of engagement. It's a gray enough area. I think you can argue with the Meridian. We're just breaking up an eye. It's fine. They shot at us. So I'm gonna say he's flexible. It'll be fine. It's gray enough that he doesn't care, or it's too tiring for him. So I will say your ROE was not broken. Important infrastructure was not damaged. The mission was successful. Plus trust equal to double the target's tier, minimum of 1. So you earn 6 trust. With the church. Jesus, that's a lot of trust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. You're doing well when you're vendetta against the corporation. Oh yeah, Naga. Oh yeah, I can see why you wouldn't be trusting them. Cool. Okay, that's done. Next is entanglements. I think that's the last thing we'll do, and then we're gonna probably do some closing shots. What's the last we see of these characters for this session? Entanglements, remember, is just unexpected things that happen. Entanglements exist because the world is unfair. The brass do things that seem random and incompetent, and your friends are vulnerable simply because they know you. It's a war. Okay, look at the faction the squad is targeted during the mission determine entanglements table. Okay, the faction you targeted is Exodus. You are the -1 with them, which of course you are. Roll number dice equal to 3 minus the squad's relationship number with the patron faction. So 2 dice. There is in one of these tables, there's an entanglement called Scramble, which basically means you get no downtime because a squad with negative trust will be attack you, which is fab. Okay, roll 2 dice. Let's see what happens. Okay, the entanglement is Fire Team Trouble, which you have one now, so which you took as an upgrade. We're gonna sort that out during downtime, but basically, one of your fire teams or other cohorts causes trouble due to their flaws. You can lose face, which is forfeit rep equal to your tier +1. Make an example of one of the fire team or face reprisals from the wrong party. We're gonna flesh that out in downtime, I think. Whatever your fire team does. But I think since we're nearly to time, before we do XP, I want to know, as you got to get back to this mission, you take Abello back. We're going to say they're at your base at the moment. The church has not come to retrieve them. We'll sort that out in downtime. If, they come for you, you're going to do another cube switcheroo, although good luck figuring that out. What's the last shot we see of each character as they kind of come back from this intense, heavy kind of mission? And I say Naga can probably go last. That seems like thematically makes sense. But that's kind of what's the last we see of them as they get back to base. Or at least have they gotten back to base since we did upkeep. If anyone has an idea, like feel free to jump in.
So I think for Crux, I think that we see Crux go to that that little hidey hole that they found where they when Naga ran into them in the tunnels. And that place where like it says Crux was here and things like that. Very obviously a Crux place. And I think that we see like her opening up her little like hidey hole where she hides all of these like little trinkets and stuff, and she pulls out the cube that she had brought with her on this mission. But then we see her pull out a little piece that I would, if it's okay with folk, I would like to say that she got from the coffin, and she's going to click it into place in the cube that she brought with her, and then put it into the hidey hole and light a cigarette.
Oh yeah, I think I'd be down with that if folks are. Yeah, the mystery deepens. What about for Verb or JD?
The parting shot for Verb. Wow, there's a lot that happened in this session. I think she's kind of going to want to oversee the handing of the body off to the cenotaph. And I think there's part of her that like wants to claim it for her own and like study this body and like, you know, unlock its secrets, but then she sees like the great care that the cenotaph are like putting into like treating this body well. And like maybe you see like her fists like clench and then like slowly like release. And then like she just sort of folds her hands one over the other and bows her head as they prepare.
I think the last shot of JD is somebody like telling them what happened, because they're a little bit out of it, and telling them that Verb saved their life at like great risk to herself, and then going, wait, Verb? Really?
You mean Naga?
Oh, sorry, Naga. Right, wrong. Yes, that makes much more sense if I say the right name.
Speaking of
and
that,
I was there too.
You tried to assist.
Verb was there, yeah.
Yeah, I tried to assist. And then, Jesus Christ, I'm gonna be reliving all those roles for the rest of the day. Jesus.
Such good roles and then such bad roles.
Naga.
I think Naga is like she's got some bandaging wrapped up in maybe an arm or around her neck after being patched up from the burns, and she is watching the cenotaph leave with is I guess it would be still be in the pillar.
I think they've got. I think because the pillar kind of exploded out. I think they've got their own like. It's something more like what the church uses, but definitely like I think Verb is right in that this is what the cenotaph does. It's very careful and respectful.
Like she's maybe watching from a chair in the carousel. Not the carousel, the
Roller coaster?
no, like
Ferris wheel?
Ferris wheel. Yeah, that's it. She's watching from a chair on the Ferris wheel, and like she's got a cigarette that's lit, but it's like it's burned down, like she hasn't even been paying attention to it. And as she's watching the procession leave, she just sort of crushes it in her hand.
We gotta get Naga some more friends. I think that's a good closing shot for this episode of the Speed Saber game. Let's do XP. Oh my god, so much. Today was so much. Verb, let's start with you. And yeah, go down the line. Verb, did you address a challenge with piloting or violence?
I think a couple times, yeah.
Yeah. That's 2 XP. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
I definitely did a couple times. We
Yes.
touched on the history, the tragedy. Seeking violence happened a couple times.
Yeah, that's 2 more XP.
Yeah.
Did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks? There was that moment where like you helped out JD and you were like, oh, they're finally doing something, but it's not really
Yeah, that was more reveling rather than
struggling.
struggling, yeah. So
Okay, cool. Well, 4 XP is still pretty good.
yeah.
Cool. Turn to Crux, who is like the lone person with just all the stress left. Just noticed that. Did you address a challenge with stealth or evasion? Did you? There might have been some evading.
Yeah, there might have been a little bit of evading. I don't know so much about stealth though for this this session.
Yeah, you chose the missile racks.
I did.
Let's take 1 XP either way.
All right.
For the slight evasion, evading into those cyber bodyguards, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'll take 2 XP for that. You struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks.
I think less so.
Okay. Yeah, that one's trickier. I need to work on that. Definitely, you did take the brunt of I'm here to help kind of actions. Cool. So that's 3 XP. JD, did you address a challenge with exploration or violence?
Yes. Yes, I did.
Multiple times. Jesus Christ. Yes. That's 2 XP. Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, you wouldn't have shot at Julian Alderman if not for any of those.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So take another 2. Did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
No. In fact, I think I leaned into my Verb is more interested in showing off than winning. Like I've learned to embrace that, and like Verb can show off while the rest of us like do stuff in the background hidden. Like I've learned to work with her showiness.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to look up like what's the best way to hit that XP trigger. I think it's somewhere in the PDF. I'll do that in between now and then. And Naga, buddy, did you address a challenge with violence or coercion?
Yep.
Did you really? Did you express your history, tragedy, or opening?
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, if it happened multiple times, let you all figure it out. for yourself. I'm gonna say they probably did. Did you struggle because of your beliefs, scars, or quirks?
I don't know that I did. Like, maybe like the belief of like having lost people. Like she didn't want to lose someone else on her watch, which is kind of why she went over her stress levels.
Yeah, I would take that because anyway, it's all specifically JD, that belief you have for them.
Mm-hmm.
This is kind of like one of the first times, like, compare this to like bringing up Verb being like, you need help. Verb being like, nah. Market difference. Take an XP for that.
Okay. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, and last but not least is squad XP. You execute a successful reconnaissance, espionage, sabotage, or theft op. Well, it was successful. You got there in the end. You face off against challenges above your pay grade. Jesus Christ, yeah. I don't see how any of that nonsense wasn't facing challenges above your pay grade. Did you bolster your squad's reputation or develop a new one? You're enigmatic weirdos. You're such a weird collection of people. I'm gonna say yes. Crux doing the harmonic thing. The moths, the mosquitoes. Says a lot that Naga is like the most normal one. Well, Naga and JD, honestly. Actually, no, it is like, they're the weirdos. Well, you're all weirdos. Who am I to quantify what a weirdo is, actually? Scratch everything I just said. Did you express the goals, inner conflict, or essential nature of the squad? Yeah, you always do that. You're all essential nature of your squad is like, you're kind of like a bunch of weirdos brought together to bring ruin to wherever you go, which works out. So you earned another advance for your squad. Jesus Christ, you're not lacking for choice. But I think we'll leave it there for this session of Beam Saber because we're a bit over, and we're gonna talk about debrief and whatnot at the end. But yeah, thanks for everyone who's watching. Tune in next time. We'll figure out how the hell to wrap this all up. Bye bye, YouTube.